Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK, and I'm having another play around with the super cute Hearts and Hugs stamp set and dies. So in the last video that I used this cute little guy here, and this time I'm going with him, and this is what I have made. So I'm also using this Country Woods 12x12 designer series paper, and as you would expect, there are lots of different wood grain effects in the designs on this paper. So absolutely stunning paper that I showed when I got my pre-order. Just using little bits of it, and I picked up the colours from that and went with Pool Party is a little bit of a brighter colour, and the Petal Pink from that cracked paint design on there. And yeah, so what's inside is you kind of open that there, and there's a little bar of chocolate in there. Kind of crease that there, but that's how it goes. So pop that back in there, if I do want to gift that. And I've actually got a few of these to make, so I've prepped the bits. All of the measurements will be in my blog post, and my inspiration was actually from Pinterest, and it was this box by Lydia Fast. Hers is in centimetres and is a completely different size, but I just went to her tutorial to get the kind of scoring pattern there, and I thought I would just do a quick video of it as well. So my box, this main section of it measures 3.5 inches by 1.5 inches by 3/4 of an inch. So perfectly sized for these. What size are these? 27.2 grams. Okay. But cute. I think there's four pieces of chocolate on the bar. So yeah, let's get on and make another one then. So the piece of card for your actual base box, stick that there so you can still kind of see it, measures 5 inches by 6 inches. So it's entirely up to you whether you use your paper trimmer with the scoring blade, or I prefer to use my Simply Scored. I find it a little bit easier. This is a bit of a tricky bit of scoring because you're doing some partial score lines. Okay, so on Lydia's example here, you can see you've got just a little score line at the top and at the bottom, and then you've got score lines just in that middle section there, and then diagonal ones. So same here, just different sizes. So what did I do? Oops, there it is. Right, so we're starting on the long side. So we've got the 6 inches along the top there, and these are the easy score lines, so we'll do them first. So at 1/2 inch, 1.25 inches, 4.75 inches, and then 5.5. So we're doing them all the way down, but these are the only ones that go all the way down. Okay, and so these are that line there and that line there at either end. Okay. Turn that around, so we've now got the 5 inches along the top there. I'm going to do just the first score lines that are just on the top and bottom panel there, and they are at 7/8 of an inch. So the first one, the top one's easy, 7/8 of an inch, just to that first horizontal line there, so just 1/2 inch down on there. But we want to do the same at the bottom, and I find the easiest way is to butt my ruler up to the edge of that score line there and along the top there, so that I know that it's kind of straight, and then do the same there. I now know where that is, and that's my 7/8 there. Or I could have just done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Have I done that wrong? I think I have. I've got one too many. In there, straight down, yeah, I did. So I was a little bit too far that way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give that really good, and then we'll kind of ignore that one. And then the next one, and I'll try and get my ruler straight this time, is at 3 1/8. Okay, so got my ruler right up there. 3 1/8 is there. 3 1/8 here. All right, so then absolutely where it should be. Okay, now we need to do some score lines in just the center piece. So ignore the first score line, horizontal score line we're doing from the second one just down to the third. And again, you can kind of just gently bring your mark down, or you can, let's put the straight edge up there, Heather. Make sure that's nice and butted up straight, and that is, so we're going from there, that 1/2 inch, and then straight down. Okay, so once you're started, it's fine. It's just getting that right starting point there. So first one at 1/2 inch, then the next one at 1 1/4. 1 1/4 is that groove there. Start from there down. Okay, so you just lightly bring it down, not scoring, but just following the groove. So we've got 1/2 inch, 1 1/4. The next one's 2 3/4. 2 3/4. Bring that to there. Then nice and firm just between those 2 points there. And then the last one, there's only 4, it's fine, is 3 1/2. Okay, so 3 1/2 there. Taking it from that point, I'm pressing hard. Okay. All right, so that's done on the scoreboard, but we need to put those diagonal score lines in now. And it might be quite difficult to see, so I'm going to put a little pencil dot at the bottom of that 1/2 inch score line and the top of those pieces there. And then just whiz it around and do the same there and there, there and there. Okay, so using your tool again and your ruler, just line up your ruler between that point and give it a good press down. Same again between those 2 points. Give it a good press, because these bits are kind of the pin and they will make the box fold up the right way. So give it a good press, break those fibres, so that it already knows where it's going to go before you try and make it go, if you know what I mean. That one and that one. Last one. All right, so we'll take those pencil marks out. Okay, right, now we need to do a little bit of burnishing, but just only on these full lines. So the top one comes towards you, give that a good press, and then I didn't get that straight. Goodness me, I don't know what's wrong with me. A good press, and then that one it goes back the way. Okay, so you've got one coming forward, one going back. Same on the other end, one coming forward and one going back. Okay, now you want to gently tease those triangles. Okay, so we're just quite gently, but because we have burnished them, they're just going to go that way. Not burnished them, but we scored them quite heavily. They're just going to go that way. Okay, but just like that. Okay, so now you've got those triangles, you can squeeze it in and get those lines going the right way as well. Same again, you've got your triangles and those bits are just going to follow like that. Okay, and now you've already got that shape. There's no cutting involved. You've got that. We just now need to put some adhesive along that edge. And I am going belt and braces. If you watch my tutorials often, you'll know that I am not a fan of a tape runner. I love tearing tape. And I adore wet glue. So I'm putting my tearing tape right along that edge there. So not along that tab, but on the inside of that edge there. Okay. Take that backing off. I'm just going to give it a good press. First of all, take the backing off. That's the belt. Here come the braces. I'm going to put a line of multi-purpose liquid glue on top of there. Okay, now the benefit of tearing tape is it's got a kind of immediate grab. The benefit of multi-purpose liquid glue is it gives you a bit of wiggle room so that you can make sure that you are lining up that edge along the middle there, like so. Okay, so when the multi-purpose liquid glue dries, it's going to reinforce that tearing tape. So hence my belt and braces, and then it's just a case of pressing that down there like so. Now it just needs a little bit of decoration. Nice, isn't it? So once you've got the scoring done, that's the tricky bit over. Now for the fun. So I've already cut these pieces, and these are 1 3/8 of an inch by 3 3/8. Okay, so they are just 1/8 of an inch smaller than this rectangle on the box. So it fits quite nice and neatly on there. So we've got two of them, one for the top, one for the bottom, and then these pieces are also 3 3/8 long, but they are only 5/8 wide. Okay. Or you could, because I think the one that I'd found on Pinterest actually had a continuous piece going round there. So I thought I would change that up as well. Love that we can, all demonstrators can inspire each other, and Pinterest's fabulous, but you can get lost in there for days. Well, certainly I can. So yeah, that's that. Now, bring him back in so you can see him. I want to stamp my little critter. Where are you? Here we are, with Memento black ink. Did I put that away? I did. Why? Not normally that tidy. Alright, so get that nice and inky and stamp him down there. Now I have a few more to make, so I am just going to stamp them all at the same time, and then I can cut them out later. So when I'm making multiples of a project, I tend to do all of the cutting, then all of the scoring and stamping, you know, so that I'm kind of doing it piecemeal, if you like. Put that lid on. Right, so I didn't want to add too much to them. I just wanted to stick with the petal pink and the pool party. I'm just going to do this one here. I just put a little bit of pink in his ear and his nose, feet, hands, and tail. So I'm using Stampin' Blend, but if you have Stampin' Write markers, you could use them as well, because you're just doing tiny little details there. There's no real blending involved at all. And then pool party for the little heart. Who says hearts have to be pink or red? Yeah, so cute. So in the die set, there are dies that coordinate with each of these main images, but there's lots of other little dies in there as well. So I have used these ones to cut out some flowers already. Did think I had more petal pink there. Well, I need to do more petal pink. There's one there. And that was using these ones there. I need that one. And I'm also going to use this one for my sentiment. As you can see, I've used it twice to cut each end like that. Okay, so the sentiment is thanks, again from the same stamp set, using Pool Party. Not sure I got the ink on there. And now I've got ink around that corner. I'm just going to use my finger. Don't want a halo on this scrap here. Thanks. Doesn't have to be straight because I'm going to be using my die cut. Right, so a little bit of die cutting to do. Got my flowers, but I need to do this little guy. A little bit of washi tape. It's well used, but it still works and it doesn't tear at the paper because it's got very little tack, but just enough to keep it in place. That one there as well. So just going to die cut these, back with you in just a moment. Right, so I've done my first die cut on that, and to shorten it to the right length, I'm just going to line it up there, judge where I want it to go, make sure I'm in line, like that, bring it down a little bit, that'll do there, and just pop that through the die cutting machine again. And there we have it. Shortened, nice and easily, like so. And we've got them die cut, so it is simply a case of, let's pop a chocolate bar in there, like that. And our join is at the bottom there. Just going to pop this on. A little bit of glue around the edges there. Okay, so he will sit on there quite nice and neatly. I'm going to go Pool Party. So there is a little bit of decoration on these flowers. So there are lines and then a little hole in the centre there. So I don't want to put any glue in the middle on there. And on this one, the centre hasn't come out, but it will. There it is, tiny. So I just put tiny dab of glue around the ends of the petals there. Okay. And that is going to go oozing out of the centre. Press that down, and then more glue on our little sentiment. Pop that on jaunty angle, and then just another little flower or two if you want. Need to clean the nozzle off my Here we go. One more. Come on. I do not want it to come splurging out. And pop that on there like so. And if you wanted to, you could add some gems, but I think it is super cute with just that little bit of decoration on it. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please do give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. If you want the measurements, then they're in my blog post. There's a link to that in the description for this video. Please do check it out. Hit subscribe, hit like, hit the bell, get notification the next time I upload a tutorial too. Take care. Bye bye.